Thank you for watching this video. To best support the channel, please take a moment and click the subscribe button. Also, the links to purchase this fly and the materials to tie the fly are in the description. Hey, welcome back to another fly tying video from Not Only Trout. In the vise, we have a jig hook. It's a Moonlit Tagata ML502 hook in size 8 with a 4mm slotted tungsten bead already on the hook. We're getting our thread started. It's a classic waxed 6/0 thread from Semperfli, and the color is fluorescent green. In today's video, we're going to be tying up the Squirmy Worm. And we're tying it up a little bigger than normal, just so that we can entice some hungry trout and some big old bass. We're going to work our thread with touching wraps all the way to the back of the hook, and then work our way right back up to the front. And then we'll work our way back one more time to build up a solid and thick thread base to make it so that that squirmy worm has a little bit better than average chance of not sliding around when we're tying it in at the first point. A couple pieces of advice on this fly is practice it, tie it a couple of times, and learn how this F&F squirmy worm material, that's what we're going to be using today, how that reacts to thread and when you're wrapping it around, how it causes it to shift positioning. So you want to be careful with that when you're tying the fly. It's a slippery material that likes to rotate on the hook, so take your time with it and get it lined up properly before moving on to the next section. So for this fly, we're going to have a 1-inch section hanging off the back end of this fly. And we're going to do a pinch wrap to get that right where we want it to be. And then we're going to put a second wrap of thread. Like I said, it's kind of a squirmy material, hence the name Squirmy Worm. We're going to do a second pinch wrap to get that lined up right where we want. Then lift the material up so you can do a couple wraps right in front of where your tie-in point, wrap back right over your tie-in point, and then wrap right behind the tie-in point. And that'll get you all the way squared in with where you're tying on the back. And then once you have it tied in and it's on the top of the hook, peel up that front piece and wrap your thread in touching wraps all the way back up to the slotted bead. Excuse me. With practice, this gets easier and easier. While I was on camera, my fingers got a little nervous and fumbled around a little bit. I promise it's a lot smoother than that with practice. Now that we have it right behind our bead, we're going to do a catching wrap. And that'll force the squirmy material right a little bit into that slotted slot to give it a nice, even, straight profile there. Do a couple wraps right there, then do 3 wraps in front. Do 2 more wraps there, and then right back in front, and grab your whip finish tool so you can start finishing off this fly. Now pull your squirmy material back, whip finish right behind the bead and in front of the squirmy material, and you'll be golden. Lock that into place. Grab your scissors and trim out that thread. Excuse me. Now from here, I don't want to leave that front squirmy piece super long, so I'm going to measure it out just like I did off camera for the tail, and measure that out to be 1 inch tall. Grab my scissors, come in and trim that out. And just make sure that I didn't leave it any extra longer than it needed to be. Things are good. Sorry that the end of the tape measure was a little bit off camera, but that's the completed fly. I hope you enjoy. Please buy some in the shop and take a moment to subscribe. Hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you.